Welcome back to Action Figure Obsession, and this video I really want to call, it's me, by the way, your old pal, say it with me, Avian and Loaded, thank you. And this here video, looky here, this here video I wanted to call Seventh Venom, because as you can see there are 7 Venoms here. And this is my first Marvel vs. Capcom, these are all Marvel Legends. This is my first Marvel vs. Capcom Venom that I got. This is the 85 years Retro Venom. This is, I believe, I want to say Venom Pool Build-A-Figure Wave that came with the Eddie Brock head. I think that's what this one is. If it isn't, then it's the Monster Venom Wave. It's one of those two for whatever good that does. This is... Well, this is one of the ones that's built on the Hyperion body mold, the one with the giant, ridiculous chest that sort of looks like that Rob Liefeld Captain America meme. I think... Oh, actually, these are the same. It's the same figure. Yeah, I believe. So I think both of these are that one that came... it came with the... Did it come with the pork grind head? Now I'm getting confused. I don't know. I don't know which goddamn wave they came with. But these two, one with the Eddie Brock head, which I paid $40 just to get that head. And that's why I have 2 of these guys, because I hate the Hyperion body mold. And this one here. Those are both built on the Hyperion body mold dating from 2013, by the way. And then in the back, we have... okay, see the shoulder... The little shoulder dingies there, the tendrils, those are the giveaway. So this one in the middle here, the center back, is the other 85 years Retro Venom that I have, because I got 2 of those. And then this one is from the Amazon exclusive 3-pack. So this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one were built... largely on the Omega Red body, I believe, and modified somewhat. At least the elbows are pinless on the Gamerverse ones. Anyway, I wanted to call this video 7th Venom, because this is the 7th one of the ones that I lined up on the table. It's the most recent one, so it's the 7th of this particular batch. But then I remembered the King in Black Null 2-pack Venom up here on his little string to hold him in place, because he's got that giant wingspan, and that is built on the movie Venom, the first movie Venom body. You can tell by the gnarly feet there. You know, Anthony's Customs actually made some regular sort of Venom feet for that figure and sold them on his YouTube channel. I can't recommend Anthony's Customs enough. There's maybe 4 or 5 YouTube reviewers that are Hall of Famers for me, that I always rely on, that I generally always agree with and have learned so much from. Anthony's Customs is one. Robo, with his Robo Don't Know channel now. He used to be on the Fwoosh, but now he's Robo Don't Know. I really dig Unparalleled Universe. Wade does a great job. Used to love X-Mania 87, but his channel seems to have gone dormant. I enjoy Toy Galaxy, or Secret Galaxy now. His old toy reviews where he reviewed a figure in 4 minutes or less. He hasn't reviewed many action figures the past few years, but if you go deep into the Toy Galaxy or Secret Galaxy archives, you will find some really good reviews of older Marvel Legends and some other stuff as well. And of course, the master, Glenn Webb. The late Glenn Webb, may he rest in peace. Everything that every action figure reviewer that has come along before Glenn Webb was doing what he did, we all walk in the shadow of the great Glenn Webb. He was the best of the best. He left us way too young. I'm finding myself getting a little emotional. But the thing about all my reviewers that are in sort of my Hall of Fame is that at least once a year I go back through and watch all their old reviews of figures I like or lines I collect to try to get ideas for my displays, for figures that maybe I used to have and got rid of and I should add back to my collection, to get ideas for videos. Glenn Webb's Action Figure Evolution alone. If you watch, go to Glenn Webb's channel and just put in the search bar Action Figure Evolution, you're going to get, I think, at least 5, maybe 10 amazing, absolutely amazing videos that he did showing the evolution in toy form of various figures. And his collection was much more comprehensive than mine ever could be. Because basically most of my collection has been formed, because I've gone through 2 or 3 purges in my lifetime where I've gotten rid of everything or almost everything. And so most of my current collection dates only from about the last 10 years. There's a few figures that are older than that I have, picked up in retrospect or after the fact. But I'm pretty sure, like this Cap Wolf here, not this one here, because these are the same figure, just with 2 different heads that came with them. This one, I think, may be the oldest one that I actually bought when it came out. So that would have been 2016, late 2015, early 2016, Cap Wolf. And this guy, I've told this story before. His right hand underneath this shield sheared off because I think there's paint on the gloves, and I was much less experienced, when I first had this figure, and tried to twist that hand and it wouldn't twist. So I tried a little harder and it twisted right off in my hand. So I super glued it back on. And that super glue, that's some stuff, because it's held that hand on for years now, many years, and I never had to reapply it. But I did get this one as a backup just in case someday that hand fails and I can't find a way to get it back on. So this guy is my backup, and this guy is also, both of these guys are the beginning of the action figure evolution of Hasbro Marvel Legends Captain Americas. You got these 2 guys, and then we had the 2019 Alex Ross 80 Years Captain America. Then we had, I got 2 of them here, the 20 Years Captain America back in 2022 that came out. And then we had Secret Wars, which made this body pinless. And then, oh my God, the greatest. Look at that. There is the Gamerverse Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America. There's one there. And then since I just opened this blue Venom, there's another one right here. And then there's another one also in my Marvel vs. Capcom display on the shelf across the room behind me. So I have opened both Venoms. And one of the Captain Americas I bought by itself. Actually, I think it was this one, because I wanted them for the secondary look with the shield effect and the screaming head. I think the other one that's in my Marvel vs. Capcom display, I think that one was the first one, and then that's the third one still in the box, but don't worry, he won't be in that box for long, because I will find something to do with Captain America. I never really have a problem finding something to do with Captain America, especially Steve Rogers' Captain America. Always happy to add another one to the collection. By the way, we have the 2 Avengers Infinity War Captain Americas there, the 2 movie caps from the Infinity War movie. There on the right is the re-release that actually looked more like Chris Evans looked in the movie. The one on the left is the first version of it, which weirdly only had a glove on one hand, and his face looked weird, and his hair looked weird. I put those goggles on his face, and I think that makes him look a little better. What do you think? Does he look a little better? Looks a little better with the goggles. I mean, not that he ever wore goggles in the movie, but, I think he looks better anyway. When I have a figure that's a little off in some way, I do try to make some changes to it to make it work for me. And before I let you go, I wanted to show you my newest kit bash. I did this morning. This is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Talos figure from the Secret Invasion wave, from the Secret Invasion TV series that starred Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. The head, however, is the head from the G.I. Joe Classified series, Big Ben. And the weird thing about this figure, and the only other one that I can think of off the top of my head in Marvel Legends is like this, is the Retro Tombstone that came out a year or two back. The head does not pop off all by itself on the Talos figure. The head and neck both pop out, and then you've got a great big crater in between his shirt collar with a ball joint down there, with the ball sticking up. And the head and neck, on the bottom of the neck, there's a peg hole, and you peg it into the peg that's recessed into the shirt collar. And I had a thought this morning, because, there's no other figure in G.I. Joe Classified that I know of, anyway. My collecting of that has slowed down a lot in the last year or two. But as of a couple of years ago, anyway, there's no other figure that I know of that has that unique head and neck design. See, he doesn't have the usual sort of gap in the back like Marvel Legends or will have, and a lot of G.I. Joe Classified. But I put the Big Ben alternate head on Talos here. And my idea, I'd like to put like a hose going from the gun maybe into his coat somewhere, because I was thinking he could be like a modern version, a concept version of Sandman from DC, the one that put people to sleep with his sleepy gas gun. And I figured the futuristic gun from Egghead would fit the bill. It's one of my favorite fake sci-fi Marvel Legends guns. I really dig that. I actually have a baggie full of them because I bought a whole bunch of Eggheads. And in fact, here are a bunch of them over here. There's Egghead with Egghead Prime, if you will, and some of the mad scientists that he has accumulated. The ones with the red tie, those are all Egghead bodies. And, I know who these all are in my head canon, but, I won't bore you with that. Anyway, what do you think of my concept sort of Vertigo Comics, DC Comics Sandman? That look good, and the head is fully posable in terms of the design. It allows you some pivoting and some tilting and turning it around 360, the whole thing. Even though it has this big gas mask attachment to it, it still actually works pretty well. It was a bit of an effort to get it to plug into the hole, just because it was about 64 degrees in my toy room when I did it, so everything was chilly. It was cold. You know that reference. And if I had used my heat gun on the hole that the head pegs into, the head and neck peg into, it probably would have been easier. But what I did was I did work it in there slowly. I kind of pried the collar pieces apart a little bit just to give myself a little more clearance. And then once it was in there securely, I rotated it around 360 a few times and back and forth and up and down and all kinds of tilting just to make sure that it had some articulation. And this is one of my two Talos figures. I do have two. I threw the other one into my MCU slash MCU Spider-Man display. Basically, I created an MCU Spider-Man shelf in my display, but it was not full, so I went through the work table and I plucked out a whole bunch of MCU figures. There's not too many. Well, the Tracksuit Mafia are MCU, but there's not enough room on there for all of them. But I took as many of my MCU figures as I could fit onto that shelf with the MCU Spider-Man stuff, and that shelf is pretty big now and looking pretty good. At some point, I will do a display video, 2026 tour, hopefully, of the toy room, and you'll get a good look at that. I'm going to make you sleepy now, Mr. Brock. Yeah, there you go. Little fun time. Did I ever tell you I used to run a puppet show? When I was like 12 years old, I did a puppet show for my church. I did. That's right, I actually went to church, believe it or not. But then I got better. Okay, so that's really it. I just wanted to show you my 7 Venoms, and of course, Flying Venom up here, the King in Black with his null wings. Watched a review where someone in the comments said they should have made Null have the ports in the back for the wings too, because Null should have been able to have the wings, and I agree with that. I might have kept Null if they had done that. But he's gone now. I got rid of him, traded him, or sold him, or something. But I do like this guy. He just takes up a lot of real estate, which is why he is now hanging over my Marvel Legends Kit Bash work table. That's where he lives for now. Maybe someday I'll put him on a flight stand or figure something out to to make it work better. Let's put my Talos Sandman back in here. Oh, that old man Hawkeye, okay, we'll put him right here for now. That's where my new, that's where my old Bullseye that I moved out of my Daredevil display is hanging out. And what was the other one? Oh, this is my second old man Hawkeye. I put him together with the baby Hulk. The other head for the old man Hawkeye, the sort of long hair Whistler head, I put that with a baby Hulk in my Hulk display. Something else you'll see when and if I get around to doing a 2026 Toy Room tour. I really want to. I just got to get this room picked up and get the displays in shape. My X-Men shelf is the most in need of dire overhaul because it's chaos. It's sheer chaos. It's like 5 or 6 shelves of absolute, I'm not going to say carnage, but I will say chaos. So anyway, that's my 7 Venoms plus 1. I mean, I got some Agent Venoms around too. There's one in the middle there, my Samurai Agent Venom. And then there's another one, I think, on my Spider-Man shelf, the Flash Thompson Agent Venom. But I just wanted to show you the Eddie Brock Venoms that I got going on here. This other, so the Hyperion body mold, the one with the Eddie Brock head, I do also still have the attachment for the tendrils. Uh-oh, don't fall over. Okay, whew. Now, one good thing about that Hyperion body mold, it is sturdy. But, I want to have one with the Eddie head and the tendrils and then just a Venom, because we are Venom. And then if anybody's wondering, if you don't know, these black sort of tendrily things on these 2 Venoms, they came with, I think it was the Mark I 60th anniversary Iron Man, the Avengers 60th anniversary Iron Man, the one in the Mark I suit, the gray, his original Iron Man costume that looks very clunky and sort of steampunky. So I had a set from that, and I think the other set came from another character that also came with them. So there's a few characters that have come with those tendrils, which are basically, you're supposed to put them on Iron Man's feet, and it looks like there's exhaust coming out of his feet while you got him up on a flight stand. But saw a video somebody did, I wish I could remember who it was, where they showed using them as Venom tendrils, and I really, really like how that looks. I just think that's cooler than hell, especially on the ones that's also got the tendrils coming out of his shoulders, Yeah, there was a time when I hated Venom. I don't know what happened. Anyway, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave any comments down below. Let me know what you think and what's on your mind, and any observations, questions, analysis, blah-de-blah-de-blah. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you find out every time and anytime I upload a new video here on Action Figure Obsession on the Avian and Loaded channel. Thanks again for joining me and spending almost 20 minutes of your day with me. I'm grateful for that, and I thank you for it. Another quick pass around the work table and everybody that's hanging out here. One of these days, I'm going to have enough room and a space in this toy room to open up all these 12-inch Marvel Legends from about 10 years ago. Hold me accountable to that. Remind me of that once in a while, will you? So that'll do it for this one anyway, and until next time, remember, we are Venom!